larger than life to me very quickly. And I could have sat and listened to her talk a lot longer than her time allotted for. And then I went about my business. I was teaching at the Woods, I was doing different things, but I was falling in love. Because I was seeing that even though I had taught for 17 years before coming to the Woods, and students were students, they still didn't really all love mathematics that much, but I was seeing there was something different in the students of the Woods. And I was figuring it out because I think I'm a loner. And so I was figuring it out and trying to figure out, what is this Woods different? Why did my heart beat a little faster when I pulled on campus? And what's this pull it has toward me? Because I'm not even bothering you with the story that I turned down the job, and then God wouldn't let me rest until my husband in his wisdom said to me, you know you need to take the job at the Woods. That's why you can't sleep. And so I don't want to bore you with that part of it, but the Woods had a pull in my life. And so for 6 years I taught and started doing some administrative things, and I tripped through some administrative doors for a couple of years, and in 2010 found myself as interim president. And it was then that I really got to know you, collectively you, the alumni of the institution. I started attending gatherings, I started visiting you, reunion became a part of my life, and those Woods stories were just circulating with me. And they were filling me up, and it was teaching me what a deep, deep place this is. And I also started having intimate relationships with several Sisters of Providence, including Sister Jean Morley. And I shared with the group that was there this morning, Sister Barbara Doherty, the 12th and 13th presidents of St. Mary of the Woods College, Sister Denise Wilkinson, who was the General Superior, Sister Connie Kramer was on the Finance Committee, and other sisters on the board in those early days. And I was just, the story was becoming deeper and deeper with me. And I was thinking to myself all this while, this place is an important place. And it's different than any other place I've ever been. And it's an important place in the lives of students for the future, because what I heard from you is that your 4 years here made such a difference that you kept coming back. And when you came back, there was joy. You were glad to be here. The place itself called to you, not just one another, which one another, you clearly have a love affair with one another. But the place means something to you. And it meant something to me. But every year that I've been president, I've learned more and more about the place, and even this weekend is no different. Because what have I learned this weekend? You were really glad to come back. And maybe you were really brave to sign up. And so as I was putting together my thoughts about this evening and what I would say to you, I got really looking up here at we are yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And what does it mean? You know, anybody can throw that up there, it looks nice. But are we a family? And then I think the answer is resoundingly yes, we are a family. What we feel about, there were so many tears in our eyes when the class of 1971 walked in. We were sharing so much your joy, and even my husband had a few, which he wouldn't like me telling you, but and so I really think the yesterday part of my Woods journey is these stories that swirl in my head. I love when you stop me and tell me one. And it's happened again this year. Probably the only a little bit negative thing that I would say, and that is when I was a brand new president, and I unpeeled the onion of the things that I didn't know yet about the day-to-day black and white reality of St. Mary of the Woods College.
It's really fun.
Today scared me.
3 minutes.
Yesterday was wonderful, and I wanted the college to have a tomorrow. But I couldn't even think about tomorrow, because every day was holding on. to getting through this day and this day and this day. And as I look around this room, I see so many of you who helped me. You listened, or you gave, or you counseled, or you prayed. All the things you did that got us through those days when we were very much in a day-to-day existence. Now, the hard part about being in a day-to-day existence is you can't even tell anyone. Not really. The people that know, know. And the people that don't, you want them to believe. You keep putting out there anything you can about tomorrow. But my vision for tomorrow was very short-sighted for many years. It was just a short little vision. And I grabbed onto a quotation that meant a lot to me. Some of you know I collect quotations, and I talk about eclectic. Of course, Mother Theodore makes the list, but so does like General George Patton and sports people. Anything that just sort of inspires me, I type it and I put it on my little place I can see it, and I keep one at a time for a lot of time until it's really a part of me. And then I keep them in a little file, and sometimes I rifle through. And I can tell about, even when I was a little bit edgy, like when times are hard, that's when I grabbed onto George Patton, by the way. He had a little grit to him, and he made me feel better for a while. But early on, one of the quotations that meant a lot to me, and I'm not going to say the whole thing because it's kind of a long one, but it basically talks about it being incumbent on leaders to help others see a misty future, pursue a misty idea of a better future. And when I was looking at the day-to-days that were so hard, I started thinking about those misty things. And all your stories were part of it, but not exactly the way they were when you were here. Because some of you had curfews. I got a group of students over here. How far would I get with a curfew? Wouldn't go well for me, would it? Yeah. You know, checking in at the gate, that day's not here anymore. But the essence of your Woods experience, the life-changing part of it, the value-laden education, the love of St. Mother Theodore and all the sisters who toiled after her, that became part of something we held on to. And the team around me believed, and we looked for little wins. I called it, my baseball analogy, small ball. We didn't have a home run hitter on the team, so we had to bunt, because we were looking for a future. And so what I want to say to you now is there are still plenty of challenges to keep me real busy. We're not sitting on a big endowment, and lots of things that a small private school challenge us. The naysayers predict that we're going to go away, by the way. If you listen to the national dialogue, schools like us are not going to survive. You know what I believe? They're wrong. Because we know why we're here. And when you know the why, you can take care of the rest. And when the thing that you offer is life-changing, and it causes people to come back 50 years later and celebrate, then you'll survive. And so I can tell you, we're looking further into the future than we have since I've been here. And I see so much cause for hope and enthusiasm. I've got a group of students, current students now, they're working here tonight, but they're here, they're students. And Jessica County, you're a recent graduate. Would you please stand? Now, I don't want you to applaud yet, because I know they're students, so we think we have to, but I want you to look, because this is the future. I had a conversation with them off and on through the weekend, not that I'm not making this up. I've talked to you about your experience, and you know what they're telling me? We can't wait till we come back when we've been out for 50 years. This has been really exciting to see. amazed by what they're seeing. And then, so if they're amazed by you, what I want you to see is these are future rock stars. Who knows what wonderful things they're going to do in the world? What Mother Theodore did, and what all those sisters who came after her sacrificed for, and what we now toil for, is to give this college a future. So I'm asking you to dream with me. Dream about this misty image. Why is it misty? Because we don't know what Providence has in mind yet. We don't know yet what's going to happen to us. What exciting things are waiting for us. So dream with me. Pray with me. And thank you so much for coming back. It has meant the world to us.
Thank you, Dottie. On behalf of the Alumni Association, we are pleased to once again present our prestigious annual awards. The Frances Murphy Rumley Award and the St. Mother Theodore Guerin Award. New this year is the awarding of the inaugural Golden Oak Award. We will begin by celebrating our 2020 award recipients. Please turn towards one of the screens as we play a video celebrating our 2020 Frances Murphy Rumley Award winner. The 2020 recipient of the Frances Murphy Rumley Award exemplifies the criteria by which this honor is awarded. Her commitment to family, community, the Catholic faith, and education is a driving force in all Betty Borders McAndrews does. Raised in a large Catholic family, Betty was the third of 8 children and the oldest daughter. Her father strongly encouraged the children to attend Catholic colleges, but ultimately wished for each of them to be where God wanted them to be. Betty knew from an early age she was bound for St. Mary the Woods College. As a 1965 graduate, she paved the way for 2 more Borders sisters, while the 4th sister made her home across from campus on St. Mary's Road. In her career, Betty shared her zest for life with the world as a flight attendant. After relocating from San Francisco to the Washington, D.C. area, Betty truly put her faith into action. In addition to her service, she is an active member of the parish, sharing her passion for gardening at the Basilica of St. Mary in Old Town, Virginia. Betty created and continues to maintain Mary's Garden, the outdoor jewel of the Basilica, providing a quiet, beautiful place of peace and meditation. As a member and leader of the Catholic Daughters of America, Betty shares her faith with others while promoting educational opportunities. In addition to serving in many of the organization's leadership roles, including state treasurer and vice regent, her decades of service supported fundraising to provide scholarships. Betty's commitment to the empowerment of future generations through education has a broad reach. In 2003, she established the Borders Sisters Endowed Scholarship at SMWC. She also supports St. Migrid in Ferdinand, Indiana, and serves as a liaison to the Education Enhancement Fund for the Archbishop Borders Elementary School in Baltimore, Maryland. Her work with the Philanthropic Education Organization has helped countless women gain access to education, leading to professional success. As Jesus' Good Samaritan parable teaches, Betty has dedicated herself to helping others through such work as decades of service with Meals on Wheels and the Mother Teresa's Missionaries of Charity Soup Kitchen, where she provides sustenance and companionship. Service to her alma mater is evidenced by her philanthropic support and her time. She served 2 terms on the alumni board from 2002 to 2008. shares her love for the woods by hosting alumni gatherings in the DC area, and as an avid gardener, supported the Nurley Center building efforts by helping fund its gardens. St. Mary of the Woods College is proud of Betty's rich legacy of faith rooted in service. It is with great pleasure that she is named the 2020 recipient of the Francis Murphy Rumley Award.
Thank you very, very much to the Alumni Board, to those who nominated me for the award, and my wonderful class support, who gave me a wonderful Zoom celebration last year when we couldn't meet. And it's just, I'm very honored and very humbled, and thank you.
Let's return our attention to the screen as we celebrate our 2020 St. Mother Theodore Guerin Award winner.
Fran Froelich has been a consistent and tenacious voice for social justice for more than 40 years. Much like our beloved mother, foundress, and saint, Fran has made the providence of God visible and tangible. As an educator, administrator, organizer, fundraiser, and outspoken advocate for social change, she has demonstrated outstanding dedication to civic, religious, and educational organizations. Fran was born and raised in Brooklyn and received her bachelor's degree in biology in 1964. As a member of the Sisters of Providence, she was profoundly influenced by sisters returning from their civil rights work in the South, laying the foundation for Fran's focus on social justice. After more than 10 years of teaching young children and earning a master's degree in humanities at Manhattanville College, Fran moved to Boston, Massachusetts to serve as the Director of Religious Education at St. Jerome's Parish. Disturbed by the hardships of the poor and homeless in Boston, she immediately looked for ways to address these issues. By 1980, she and Kip Tiernan, founder of Rosie's Place, the first women's shelter in the U.S., co-founded the Poor People's United Fund to help support organizations addressing basic social justice needs. Only 2 years later, Fran and Kip created Community Works, a nonprofit organization helping Bostonians provide a stable, growing source of support for social justice organizations giving campaigns. More than $5 million has been distributed to social justice organizations since the inception of Community Works. Although retired from her role as director, she continues to work as a consultant for campaign management. In addition to being a true advocate for others, Fran has shared her passion for social justice in countless ways. She served as a fellow at Radcliffe College's Bunting Institute from 1988 to 1990, joining the legacy of the first fellowship program established for women who demonstrated promising levels of professional and academic achievement. With her roots in education and her heart in social justice, Fran invested nearly a decade teaching a class in ethics, moral principles, and social policy at UMass Boston until 2002. Together with Kip, she co-authored Urban Meditations, a compendium of insightful and thought-provoking articles concerning human rights, human services, and governmental policies. Sales proceeds directly support the Poor People United Fund. Her accomplishments have been recognized with many awards and distinctions, including her 2009 Lifetime Achievement Award presented by the Massachusetts Nonprofit Network and her 2019 Simmons University Honorary Doctorate in Public Service. We are not called upon to do all the good possible, but only that which we can do, St. Mother Theodore wrote. Not only has Fran done all the good which she could do, but she also has created opportunity for others to do good. She has inspired and impacted a community through her drive for social change. Fran's life is a witness to the providence which has never failed. Her relentless advocacy for social justice remains steadfast to this day. St. Mary of the Woods College is proud to present our Daughter of the Woods, Fran Froelich, graduate of the class of 1964, with the 2020 St. Mother Theodore Guerin Award.
I said to myself I wasn't going to say anything, but I changed my mind. I am filled with gratitude to Mother Theodore, Barbara Doherty, Jody Slobig, my mom, and all the strong women who illuminated a path for me to learn how to struggle for social justice and try to help to create a decent life for everyone. Thank you. My feisty activist and best friend, Kim Tiernan, who passed away a few years ago, used to like to repeat a Mother Jones quotation, which I will repeat now as a hortatory comment. Pray for the dead and fight like hell for the living. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Fran. You have carried forward St. Mother Theodore Guerin's love and compassion into the world and made such a difference. Thank you. We now turn our attention to a younger generation of alumni. Our graduates affect change in the world. The Golden Oak Award recognizes those alumni who have graduated in the last 10 years, who are engaging now and making a significant difference. Please watch the next video celebrating our first Golden Oak Award winner.
Intelligent, conscientious, go-getter, game changer. These are just a few words that describe the inaugural 2021 Golden Oak Award recipient, Rachel Leslie. As a young professional, Rachel held high-level positions at the Terre Haute Chamber of Commerce and as Vice President for External Relations at St. Mary of the Woods College prior to establishing her own company. She graduated in 2014 from the college with a Master of Leadership Development. Her graduate thesis helped to launch the Wabash Valley Leadership Institute at the college, which continues to provide professional leaders. In 2017, Rachel launched her business, RJL Solutions, an advocacy firm in Terre Haute. By 2019, the business had grown to include strategic communications and an Indianapolis office. Today, as Chief Executive Officer, she leads RJL Solutions as a one-stop government and public relations firm providing advocacy, marketing, community development, and grant writing for clients throughout Indiana. RJL is proud to be a certified woman-owned business. Advocate, collaborate, lead is more than just a business tagline for Rachel, who believes these to be the three most important words that shape positive change and impact success. Rachel is an energetic, industrious person who has a strong belief in and passion for community while also juggling the roles of active volunteer, philanthropist, mother of 2 boys, and wife. She serves as president of the National Defense Industrial Association of Greater Indiana, president of the board for the Terre Haute Regional Airport, and vice president of the Indiana Defense Network appointed by Lieutenant Governor Suzanne Crouch. Rachel is also a board member of the Boy Scouts of Central Indiana and a member of the Indiana Defense Task Force. Continuously working on behalf of her community and fighting for resources for economic growth, she is active in building the West Central Indiana region. In the last few years, she was instrumental in the development of a new Terre Haute Convention Center by lobbying for legislation to support food and beverage tax. She continues to be very involved with the Terre Haute Chamber of Commerce, the Terre Haute Children's Museum, and her alma mater, as well as a number of other philanthropic organizations. Rachel has many admirable qualities. According to one of her nominators, she demonstrates the importance of character, strong moral code, work ethic, friendship, ambition, passion, perseverance, competitiveness, and kindness. Quote, Rachel serves as a role model for young professionals. Her desire to help others be the best version of themselves and to always remember our responsibility to help lift up other women has spread quickly and has created a stronger sisterhood in business and organizations. She has provided the perfect example of how working together, pushing boundaries together, and celebrating successes together creates a unified and stronger voice. The Golden Oak Award recognizes professional achievement, service, and outstanding personal characteristics. Rachel is a stellar example of the best of what we can be, and we are proud to call her a true Woods woman.
Well, there's a party going on right here, a celebration, the lads across here. You have your good times and your laughter too. We're gonna celebrate that party with you. Come on. Okay, guys, come on. 1971, let's go! Celebration! Good evening, thank you so much. It is a wonderful evening to be here at St. Mary the Woods College. I love this place in so many ways, but truly, the celebration, as President King said and others before, lies in the fact that we get to see each other face to face and in person, embrace one another, and show love for one another together. I want to say thank you to the Alumni Association, Jan Lorenzano, you rock. So thank you so much for your leadership. The Board of Trustees that are here this evening, President Dottie Keene and her cabinet, thank you so much for your leadership. And I have to say that I think Dr. Keene, I think she has a pretty darn good batting average. So if it's bunting, fine, but for someone of your stature, you hit a lot of home runs. So, I also want to thank quickly the people that are here with me tonight. Kristen Craig, President of the Terre Haute Chamber of Commerce, members of the RGL team, Victoria, Betsy, Lily, Mackenzie. We have Janae here tonight, one of my newest friends, my my mom, my stepdad, that make the world turn for me every day. I love you dearly. My best friend Arnold, Senator John Ford, who is an amazing senator, but also really just an amazing friend. And my husband, who serves as the best arm candy in West Central Indiana, other than maybe Wakey. So thank you so much. God bless you and thank you.
We are so fortunate to have so many lovely award winners here. And I want to have you return to the screen to see the video for our 2021 Francis Murphy Rumley Award winner.
Noted for her ability to offer hope and care for the poor, Sister Connie Kramer is one of those remarkable women who gives so many people a reason for hope. Sister Connie had a vision to be a servant leader with a desire to increase the quality of life in the Wabash Valley, which was the inspiration for the creation of St. Anne Medical Clinic, St. Anne Community Outreach Services, and St. Anne Dental Services. Having acted as a pastoral leader for 21 years to the community of St. Anne Parish, she ran the programs and clinic overseeing every detail involved in creating a state-of-the-art facility, which served those in need of emergency dental repair until its closure. The clinics she founded have now become the Wabash Valley Clinic, where her legacy continues. Today, Sister Connie focuses her ministry serving the poor in spirit through providing spiritual direction, retreats, and grief counseling in Indianapolis. One of her nominators said of her, "I wonder who would think to reach out to homeless women on the fringes of society." Sister Connie, that's who. Sister Connie has developed programs that bring a very special message to homeless women, a message of God's love, letting them know that they are not to be thrown away by society, that they are precious in the sight of the Lord. Sister Connie, known for her total conviction and devotion, considers all of her ministries as the sharing of God's infinite love with the world. Sister Connie received her BA in mathematics at the Woods in 1964, after which she entered the novitiate as a Sister of Providence. She has a long legacy at the Woods, as 5 sisters and several nieces all attended the college. Her sister Julie Kramer, class of 1962, was also a Sister of Providence. She was honored by the United Way in April 2013 as Wabash Valley Woman of Influence. She served as a trustee of St. Mary of the Woods College and has been a member of the Closing the Meal Gap Catholic Charities Campaign Steering Committee. Providence has guided Sister Connie through her career. She has been a high school teacher, high school business manager and development director, director of religious education, group counselor, group consultant, parish pastoral associate, and parish life coordinator, in addition to her work with the clinic. Any of these might qualify a person for lifetime achievement, which is what makes Sister Connie such a deserving recipient of the 2021 Rumley Award.
Who are watching on live stream tonight with their families. My family has 168 members in it at this point, and we are very closely knitted. I thank the Alumni Board, particularly Rachel Everly Ambrose, for her nomination for this award. And what I want to do tonight is celebrate what God has given me and what has God done through me. God has given me my family, which modeled for me what service looked like. It told me what mutual ministry was like I watched my mother radiant when she came home from caring for the poor because they gave her more than she gave them. I watched my father do the same in his own quiet way, and all of my family have done the same. So I thank them for that modeling. And then I came to the college, and Sister Ann Berkman said this: when you're blue, little girl, when you're blue, do something for somebody quick. But you know, that's powerful, because almost all the service work I've done was a legacy gift to people that had died in my family that were precious to me. That was how I grieved, was I threw myself into a project. So I'm terribly grateful for that. And in a world in which we can find great sadness, I say, when you're blue, little girl, when you're blue, or when you're blue, little boy, when you're blue, do something for somebody quick. I've been thrilled by the gifts my family has given me, my community has given me, the educational opportunities I've had, the ministry opportunities I've had, and the health I continue to have. So thank you for being here tonight, and let us continue to take care of our brothers and sisters in loving service.
We can return our attention to the screen one last time. We will recognize our 2021 St. Mother Theodore Guerin Award winner.
Love the children first, and then teach them. St. Mother Theodore Guerin's wise words parallel the teaching philosophy of Carol Jean Kinghorn Landry. Her devotion to children and sharing the good news of God's love are paramount in her life. Carol Jean embodies our saint's pioneering spirit as she forged new ground in the education of children, drawing them closer to God and enhancing their catechetical education through music. Carol Jean was raised in a large Catholic family as the second of 10 children, born to Ione and Wilfred Kinghorn. Loving children was a natural part of her life. She graduated from the Woods in 1961 with a degree in education and began teaching in West Terre Haute as a Sister of Providence, soon earning her master's degree in education from Butler University. Upon meeting her future husband, Carrie Landry, at St. Thomas Aquinas School, she realized her greatest need was for music that would speak to her students. She longed for music about God's love to which children could truly relate. It was the beginning of her vision for High God. Carol and Carrie's collaboration began and resulted in a workshop presentation at the New England Congress of Religious Education in 1972. The incredible response to her presentation convinced Carol to write the High God Teacher's Manual and to produce the High God Program of Religious Education. In 1979, Carol and her husband began working full-time as musical missionaries. For more than 40 years, Carol Jean traveled extensively, sharing her vision and expertise. She and Carrie have presented hundreds of workshops, concerts, and seminars helping teachers, catechists, and musicians understand how to incorporate music in Christian education and in the liturgy. While ministering in New South Wales, they cried when they learned the stained glass window designs of the church were a result of the children listening and praying with High God records. The impact of her revolutionary approach to religious education was truly tangible, and their workshops and concerts drew thousands. The mustard seed, planted by Carol Jean in her St. Thomas classroom, grew into a magnificent tree that continues to produce blessed fruit throughout the world. Not only did she pioneer the concept of integrating music into children's religious education, she continued to innovate the materials. After caring for Scott, a 3-year-old hearing-impaired child, she learned sign language, which she then introduced along with gestures as a part of of the High God series. Carol Jean is a woman of the church, faithful to daily prayer, and is committed to Immaculate Heart of Mary Church in Indianapolis, where she has served as children's choir director and minister of music for 33 years. As a volunteer chaplain at St. Vincent and Carmel Hospital, she was recognized for more than 1,500 hours of compassionate care. Carol Jean demonstrates purpose, devotion, community vitality, and leadership in the spirit of our foundress. It gives St. Mary of the Woods College great pride to award Carol Jean Kinghorn Landry, class of 1961, the 2021 St. Mother Theodore Guerin Award.
Well, I think almost everything has been said tonight, and all of it beautiful. So I just want to say to all of you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. God bless all of you.
Thank you, Carol Jean. You are truly a pioneer walking in the footsteps of St. Mother Theodore Guerin. Before we close with our celebration of wood songs, just a quick reminder that tomorrow's reunion mass begins at 8:30 a.m., followed by brunch from 9:30 to 10:30. Thank you to the sisters for opening the Church of the Immaculate Conception so that we're able to celebrate with one another in this sacred place that means so much to all of us. I would now like to invite Peggy McCormick Platts, class of 88, to the podium. Peggy is the secretary of the Alumni Association Board and is the incoming president and a former SMWC madrigal. She will lead us in song as we say good evening.
Unfortunately, we're not going to invite a lot of alums to just jump up here on the stage and join us, but we are going to offer, if anyone would like to stand in a ring around the room, you can get up from your seat and ring around the room, or you can stay seated in your seat. But there was a tradition with the madrigals under the direction of Sister Sue at Christmas in the Woods. And that tradition was we would ring the room at the end. Actually, we rang the room at the beginning, but sometimes we rang the room at the end. And we would sing the Christmas carols, but ours always sing our beautiful wood songs. So those of you who would like to ring the room, and those of you who would like to remain in your seats, ring the room.